Hey guys, it's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button so you get notification and hit the little bell so you get notification of when I upload. I'm coming to you today with a what I've been melting review, and I figured the way I'm going to do this is normally what I used to do is do it for the month or whatever the deal is, but I think I'm going to do like 5 or so at a time so the videos are not so long. I know. Chris's videos not being so long. Okay. But I figured I would do it this way because that way I can keep up on top of things and give it to you guys straight, and it just won't be as long a review. So what I've been melting, my do's and my duds. My do's and my duds are back, guys. This is my do's and my duds. So let's start off with, as you know, I got some Shay Scents. I got some candles by Victoria. I haven't shown you that wax haul, but I'll explain it a little bit. And then I got it's a very small haul. And then I got Whispering Meadows. So I have all 3 of these in here. And let's start off with Shay Scents because you guys already saw that video. Woo, that was a rough one. Okay, so this was very sexy for her, and it came in 2 like star-shaped whatever, scallop thingies, majiggies. My brain's working well. I haven't even had coffee yet this morning, but that's okay. So, very sexy for her is described as, it's a Victoria's Secret type, and it's described as sexy, sensuous scent of clementine, cactus flower, vanilla orchid, blackberry, white amber, and pimento. Don't know what pimento is. So, what I have written down here, because I take notes on everything and like how long it threw and everything like that. So what I did is I put 1 in one of these warmers and 1 of each. So I put 1 in one warmer, 1 in another warmer, and they were on opposite sides of my couch. So I have a long L sectional. So 1 right here next to me, and then 1 on the other side. And this is, I believe, 18 watts. This is my go-to warmers. Like, if things don't melt in this, I mean, if they don't throw in this, then I know this is what I use for testing, too, is this warmer. And I have a 24-watt warmer, so I switch out. But these are mainly my 2 warmers. When I'm testing, I will pull out, for vendors, I will pull out all my warmers of different wattages, just to kind of see, but I don't really feel like people should have to do that. I mean, when people say, oh, I recommend this warmer, well, then people have to go out and buy that warmer for their wax. So I don't really like that. I mean, if you have good wax, you have good wax, and it's going to throw in just about anything. So 18 watts is sort of like the middle ground. And so I really like this warmer. It just works. It works. I just know what works. And your wax really should throw in any warmer, to be honest with you, because then you have your customers having to go and scramble and get new warmers, which, I mean, come on. Okay, so this very sexy for her was from Shay's right here. And I told you my cold sniff review that I'm sure there were some that I were going to get that were good, and I'm sure there were some that I were going to get that were terrible. I didn't think that whole $42 that I spent was going to be totally wasted, in the sense of there would probably be a few that would smell decent. So far, I haven't had, in fact, I haven't had any luck, because this is the only one that I melted. So anyway, and I'm very picky, guys, with my reviews. So again, if you like light scents and you like light throwers or whatever the deal is, I just like the bang for my buck. So, take that for what it is. For those of you that are new here, I'm never going to sugarcoat it and say it was good when it, wasn't. And this is just, how I do it. So I like very powerful throws, and that throw for a good amount of time, because that's what that's what you get your money's worth for. I don't want just a hint of something for an hour or 2, but anyway, so this is very sexy for her. I described it to you. I didn't get any of the clementine. I didn't get any of the only thing that I got was, I think, the orchid. I melted it from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So that was 3 hours. That's all I got out of it. It was light. It was a nice scent, because I'm not normally just a straight up floral person. I know that has some fruit notes in it. I didn't get any of that. I know this is meant to be a perfume. It's a perfume dupe. So it's a nice scent if you like floral. That's what I wrote. but had to stand next to the bowl to smell it. It didn't carry at all. So I literally had to stand next to the bowl. Like, not even just sit here with the bowl right here, because my table is right there. Not even that. I had to literally get up, stand at the bowl. And when I'm melting, for the most part, like on nice summer days, I normally don't melt unless I know it's a super strong thrower, because having all my windows and doors open and all my screens and stuff like that, that will tend to affect the environment as far as, you know, scent throw, and, you know, whatever you're smelling may waft away from you and everything like that. So these I melted all with the windows closed and everything like that. You know, just I tend to melt more on days where I have all my windows closed and I just want to be really engulfed in the fragrance. Unless, again, like I said, unless it's a super duper thrower and it's super strong, and then I will open my windows, or those are the kinds of scents that I will keep my windows open for, so that I'm not getting a headache. You know, it's not like one of those kind of things. So light. Nice scent. It was light. Nice scent if you like floral, but I had to stand next to my bowl to smell it, and it didn't carry at all. So it didn't like go throughout my room or anything like that. It's just, and I have a small room. This was a dud for me. This, very sexy for her, was a dud. This was in soy, because she has soy, don't forget, and she has palm. It was either soy or parasoy. I think it's parasoy and palm. And this was a dud for me because it was light. It only threw for 3 hours. There were moments where I would get a little whiff of a floral note, but that was very few and far between. And it was just like a fleeting glimpse of a whiff. And that was it. And you had to stand over the bowl. And so the one over on that side, forget it. Like, it did nothing. It just wasn't, it didn't come this way. So I just didn't, that was a dud. We'll kind of get the ones that didn't really work for me out of the way. And even the ones that worked for me, I do have some comments on. So I don't have the container, but it's by Whispering Meadows. And it was the strawberry sugar. So strawberry sugar is described as, it's pink sugar with a kick of strawberry. And if you watched my haul video or cold sniff review, you'll remember that I really liked it. It was definitely, you could definitely smell the strawberries in it, but it was, pink sugar mixed with strawberries. Okay, fine. All I really got in it was strawberry cotton candy, to be honest. It didn't, pink sugar is cotton candy, so that's what I got. So to me, this one did not perform very well, even though on cold sniff it was very strong, because it was. If you watch that other review, Whispering Meadows review, it was very strong on cold sniff. But day one was light throw. I would catch whiffs of it, but almost had to have my nose over my warmer. Like I said, my warmer is right where I sit. I use a half. So with all her stuff, I use a half. And it's never an issue because these bowls are very shallow, so you still get a good, wax pull. You do have to have a certain amount of wax. If you have too much wax, you're not going to get a good wax throw. And if you have too little wax, so again, it's not, when I say too much wax, like you're going to fill the whole bowl, but there's a science behind all this, guys, believe it or not. So, but almost had to have my nose over my warmer, and my warmer was right next to where I sit. It did not throw to other parts of my room, so it didn't travel. It's not like I could have gone into the kitchen, which is all open floor concept, but it's not big at all. My place is small. So it's not like anything like that where I could do that. So I had half in one warmer, half in the other warmer, and that's always how I do it. And normally with Whispering Meadows, no issues whatsoever. It was a super sweet scent. So I, like headache sweet, that sweet. And that's why I sort of try to stay away from sweet scents unless they're sweet bakeries, because it's like, but all scents can do that to you. It just depends on the scent. So some people get headaches from lavenders. Some people get headaches from, sweet scents or whatever. It's just, that's just how, what do they call that? The olfactory, whatever senses work. It was super sweet. It wasn't super strong, but it was super sweet strawberry cotton candy. And it's not something that I think I'm glad it wasn't strong. I put this, almost glad it was not strong, because I think it would have given me like a headache. It was, like that. So it was light for about 4 hours. And then over the bowl. So like when I say light, what I mean by light is like you get whiffs of it here and there as you're like walking through your house or whatever. Or you might be sitting and get a whiff of it. Or it could be a constant light where you don't even really notice it unless you're kind of really paying attention. So that's what I say whiffs, because, but then there's other ones that I would consider very light, meaning this was a kind of more like a steady light at the beginning. And that's why I said I was glad that it wasn't very strong, because it was very, very sweet. So I could sit here and notice it, but it wasn't like, wow, you know, I'm in my Zen world and I just can really smell it no matter how often I take a breath, you know, whatever the situation is, or wherever I go in my downstairs or whatever that. Yeah, so for 4 hours, it was light. So, you know, again, like I said, was this really a scent for me? No. If you were a strawberry pink fan, or strawberry sugar fan, pink sugar fan, and you really wanted it up, you know, banging, you know, huge throw and just super, super strong and everything, like this one wasn't it. And then over the bowl for 2 hours. When I say over the bowl, I mean like you literally had to stand over the bowl and do, you know, kind of do this or sniff it. You know how like when you're scent, your Maxwell coffee, like I need coffee. Your fragrance is done. When your melt is done and you go over the bowl to sniff and you sniff absolutely nothing, like you smell nothing but like wax or whatever, like just plain wax, you get that waxy smell. So over the bowl for about 2 hours. So like I could walk over to the bowl and smell it, and you know, but as soon as I moved away, I couldn't. So again, this for me was a no-go, unfortunately. If you like them light and you like more of a subtle, you know, whatever, then okay, that would have been good. But this is my review. It's not how I like them. So was it a bad scent? No. Was it very, very sweet? Yes. Is it something that I would purchase? Again, no, I didn't like it. And I don't mean just from this vendor, you know, I mean also from Whispering Meadows. I mean from any, like strawberry sugar is not going to be on my scent. Pink sugar really normally is not in my scent list unless it's mixed with bakery. Sometimes that works for me. But so anyway, that's not, it just wasn't my thing. And it sounds good, strawberry cotton candy, and on cold sniff it did smell amazing. But once you put heat to it, it's a whole other ball game sometimes. Sometimes it's not, but sometimes it is. So yeah, so those were my two duds. Was the Very Sexy for her, just forget about it. It just didn't perform at all. And the Sweet Sugar performed better than that, obviously. Light for about 4 hours. So if you like your scents light, great. Let's move on to the good ones. Let's see. So then I have this Evo Bath Boost. And when I say good, guys, just by Whispering Meadows. And just know, when I say good, like, that doesn't mean I'm not going to have some criticisms. Because, again, this is my opinion. And, you know, it's my opinion. So the Evo Bath Boost was super strong. This right here was super strong. But it smelled nothing like a bath scent. I don't even know why it's in the name. I know there's citrus in here, and as I described before, it was supposed to be a citrus like kind of bath scent. Let me look up the scent description so I can tell you better what I got. Okay, lemongrass, citrus, and sage blend beautifully with notes of vanilla, cinnamon, violet, cinnamon, vanilla, and white musk. I really didn't get much of that at all. It smelled like Fruit Loops, like Skittles or Fruit Loops. It was too lemon and limey. It was very strong. Yeah. I mean, it smelled, I'm opening this right now and all I can think of is Fruit Loops. It's just too lemon and lime. It smells like Skittles and Fruit Loops. So if you're expecting a spa scent, then this is not it. So this Evo Bath Boost is not a spa scent, at least from Whispering Meadows. Again, and if you like Fruit Loops and stuff like that, great. This is your scent. Get it. Evo Bath Boost. But that's not what it's described to be. And again, oils are weird. Sometimes they just don't smell like they're supposed to. And especially when you get into customs, that gets really confusing because I did a custom for Candles by Victoria and I thought it was going to be, like I'm not saying I haven't melted it yet, but on cold sniff, And her stuff always throws. So I don't know. I could be pleasantly surprised when I put it in my warmer, but it was a hippie scent and a hippie scent. And I mixed them together and I called it Peace and Love. And I thought it was just going to be like, it was patchouli and dragon's blood and amber and musk and, you know, all the hippie dippy scents together. And I thought it was going to be, you know, amazing. And it just, on cold sniff anyway, it just not. But her stuff is custom too. So like, you kind of got to let it, for the most part, let it cure. She's not it's not something, candles, forget it. That I'll get into that when I get to her scent that I melted. But anyway, so day 1, it was strong for 4 hours, and that was half a melt in one warmer. And it filled my whole downstairs. So I didn't even use both the warmers. I just used one warmer. So strong thrower, this Avo's Bath Boost, yeah, super strong. I mean, I put super strong. It was just half a melt, and it filled my whole downstairs. I could go into my kitchen. I could go into my bathroom down here. One warmer filled my whole downstairs, and that was half a melt. Day 2, so I do turn them off, because after 4 hours, again, you know, so day 1, it was strong for 4 hours. I turn it off, and I always test it. I always turn it back on to see if it's going to be okay the next day too, because there is a chemical reaction, guys. Once your wax cools down and then you heat it up again, you know, that's kind of what I do with the testing too. It's like, you really know what is good. If you can turn it off, and like, she's not in business anymore. Oh, Dawn from Waxy Lady. If you ever had any of her stuff, oh my goodness. She was one of those, her wax was so good that you could turn it off, turn it on the next day, and it almost starts right back up. You know, like if it was strong day 1, it almost starts right back off. It's strong day 2. So if you could be melting it for multiple days and not continuously, but being able to turn on and turn off and turn back on again, and it's still throwing, you got good. You know, you got a good one there. So day 2, it was a medium strong. So, I mean, this almost picked right back up to where it, you know, went. I wish it was a scent that I really liked, because I didn't, but that's okay. It was for 3 hours, and then it felt to after the 3 hours, for 2 hours, it was medium, which again is still good. Day 3, it was light. So even on day 3, I pumped it back up again, turned it back on, and it was light for 4 hours. So again, and I kind of enjoyed it when it was light, but it was still just, this is a straight up Fruit Loop scent. So I don't understand why, again, everyone's noses are different, but I don't understand why it's kind of described as, well, or why it's even called Bath Boost. Like, it's sort of, I don't know. I know this is a product also, so, but whatever. So this one, I mean, I gave it a good rating. Yes, it's good. I mean, it throws, it does all the stuff that you want. It just, for me, the scent description, I was expecting more musky. I was expecting more spa-like and, you know, that kind of stuff with the notes that were in there, and I didn't get it. It just smelled like Fruit Loops. Very lemon lime. So if you like that, great. You know, this was a really good one. And again, and I gave it a good rating. You know, it is good. It throws. It's a super thrower. Like, it just for 3 days. And for especially day 2. Day 3, you're kind of pushing it. But I do that. That's how I test my wax. But by day 2, putting it, you know, down and then back up again. Putting it down and then back up again. Chris's vocabulary is back, or lack thereof. It's just so funny. I think to myself, do I talk about like this in real life? Because I don't know. Like, when I'm on camera, like, new words come out, everything like that. So I don't know. So yeah, it was good. But like day 3, if you're still smelling something, like some people, and there is some wax out there, don't get me wrong, or you get a good, really strong scent that you could day 3, day 4, because when I test, that's what I do. But for the most part, it's a matter of, you know, you're going to get light on day 3. Like, that's just how it is. But the big test is day 2. If you can let it solidify in your bowl, cool off, and turn it back on and melt it again, and it's still throwing, it's good. And this was good. It was good. Just not my, yeah. That's all Fruit Loops. It's like, I want a bowl of Fruit Loops now. Fruit Loops. But this is not Fruit Loops. It's Avo Bath Boost. So I don't know. The next one was Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. But I was very, very impressed with this. It was strong for a marshmallow scent. Like, I was shocked. Like, I looked at this and was like, ooh, that sounds great. But and you straight up marshmallow when you put, like, toasted marshmallow when you put your nose in here. But let me read to you the scent description. Let's see, this is again Whispering Meadows. So it's a Bath and Body Works type. It says candied whipped vanilla, marshmallow meringue, white magnolia, and fluffy sandalwood. And this was amazing. I don't know if I caught all those notes. I can smell the vanilla. The marshmallow is just amazing. Maybe when I say toasted, that's the sandalwood that I'm getting. I don't get white magnolia. But it was a beautiful scent. It wasn't like, because to me a marshmallow scent, and this is normally the case, a marshmallow scent it's a blender for me. Like, I would never just get a loaf of marshmallow because it's a blender scent. It's a scent that normally you would not melt on your own. I'm not saying this one, but just straight up marshmallow. But like, say you wanted to cream something out, you wanted to make it more creamy or add a little sweet creaminess to it, like a marshmallow and a floral, a lot of times it goes really, really good together because I'm not a floral person, but if I had any straight up marshmallow, I would throw marshmallow in there and it would just give it this creaminess and everything like that. But I was so impressed with this. I really was not expecting much, even though, I mean, I can still smell it. It smells absolutely amazing, but I was just like, oh, marshmallow, it's just not going to be a big thrower. It's more of a mixer. That was my impression on Cold Sniff and from my experience. But it was gooey marshmallow. What I get from it is gooey marshmallow and funnel cake. So it doesn't say there's funnel cake in there, but it reminds me of marshmallow. It reminds me of funnel cake. And, the powdered confectioner sugar over it. Like, it was really good. So it was yummy. It threw strong for over 4 hours. And then medium for 6 hours. So, I mean, come on, guys. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Over 10 hours. And this was all in the same day. This is just what I melted that whole day. So, I don't remember what time I started and ended. But it was literally, like first thing in the morning to, late at night. So, so, so good. So, if you guys are on the fence about Boardwalk Marshmallow Cloud, don't be. Or Clouds, don't be from Whispering Meadows. Because this was really, really good. And if you're like me, and you think that marshmallow is just like a mixer scent, this Boardwalk Marshmallow Cloud, as you heard in the scent description, it's amazing. It's really good. I have to get more of this. And so I didn't put it on here yet, but I usually write a Y on the label. And I keep my Ys so that, in a special container, so that way I know I need to order more of them. So the Evo, not for me. It was a good performer, just not for me. This Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, amazing, absolutely for me. This is very sexy. Her was just a total dud. And then last but not least, this is why I do it like this, because I get really into detail, and this video would have been an hour long already. So Copper Tone, this was a Scoop Some scent by Candles by Victoria. This is how it comes. This is what it looks like. I mean, it's so beautiful. I love her Scoop Some scents. And this is in Copper Tone. Yeah, use only in well-ventilated area. Absolutely. So this is 16 ounces, you guys. Hello? Thank you. Like, knock, knock, knock. So this is 16 ounces. I used both warmers, and I think I went overboard. Because, first of all, on Cold Sniff, it smells just like the beach. Like, if you're walking by everybody on the beach, this is what it smells like. It's so good. Did I get wax on my nose? It just straight up Copper Tone. But what's weird, it actually smells more like the beach and people on the beach, because I don't remember Copper Tone specifically smelling this way. And I will describe a little more. But on Cold Sniff, just absolutely amazing. And this stuff, the scoopable, and then I got another scent in the gelato, which is basically the same thing. I don't know why she has two different ones, but It's the same thing. But one's actually cheaper. The gelato is cheaper because it comes in plastic. This comes in a nice glass bowl that you can reuse and everything. But it's basically the same thing, I think. I don't know. If you guys know from CBV what, and her stuff always throws. Like, it just always does. I don't think I've ever gotten a dud. I've gotten stuff that I don't like, scents that I don't like, but I don't think I've ever gotten dud by Candles by Victoria. And I just got this, and I melted it the other day. And let me tell you, so did this need to cure? No. This was in Scoops and Scent, and I melted it from noon to 2, and it was, I put super strong, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Like, I put on here, I don't know if I used too much. No, I remember now that even her scent shots, so her, 1 ounce scent shots, you can literally cut them into 4s and spread them throughout your house or whatever. I mean, this company is just amazing. Now, is every single one going to be like that for you? No. But I used too much. It was throughout the whole house. I could even smell it outside. Like, if I had those windows open, I went outside because my warmer was right here. I could smell it from the outside. And I went upstairs. I couldn't get away from this thing. Like, it was crazy. All the windows open. And again, I told you sometimes that affects your throw. It's not as good because it wafts it away. All my windows were open, and this was just circulating throughout the whole house, and it was insane strong. It was, so the copper tone, I don't know if copper tone is described here. So this is from candlesupplies.net, and it says, copper tone type scent is a great blend of cocoa butter with a hint of tropical fruits, just like the copper tone lotion you grow up using. Oh, and it says also known as butt naked, but I thought butt naked was, no. This is not her scent description. Let me go on her scent description. Oh my gosh. It's like pick a page. There's 997 pages, guys. 40 pages, guys. 997 cents. Okay, we should be getting on copper tone. Nope, not yet. There's so many. Okay, it smells, no, great. It smells just like the smell of the copper tone suntan lotion. We think our copper tone suntan lotion fragrance will make you very happy. Okay, all that for nothing. All that for, smells like copper tone. But, so what I got from it was, I was hoping to have more of a, and maybe that's Hawaiian Tropic, not copper tone. I don't know, but because I said with some light floral scents to it. And again, it went upstairs, it went outside. It was crazy. And I don't know if I used too much in my, no, I don't think I did. No, I didn't. This is just Candles by Victoria. It's crazy because it was only like a 1/4 inch wax pool, which is what you want. You want 1/4 to a 1/2 inch, and that at the most. But it was very musky, almost floral, and I hadn't read the scent description. So again, they say that there's some floral in there, note to it, but it smelled like copper tone. Maybe, so I said maybe a bit more floral and less coconutty than I normally like to smell in a suntan lotion thing. I don't want to smell florally on the beach, you know what I mean? And it was kind of very, very floral. It actually gave me a headache. I had to turn it off after 2 hours because it gave me a headache. I mean, it gave me a crazy, crazy headache. So I don't know if it was the floral in it, again, or how strong it was. I think it was the floral that was in it. That's why I cannot do florals. But, I mean, was it a banger? Like, yeah, it was a banger, believe me. Like, that's what's still in here. Because I'm going to try turning it on again today. And it's weird because in the bowl, it smells like copper tone or a suntan lotion. It doesn't smell like florally. But once you melt it, the floral notes come out and they are very overpowering. And yeah, it was, almost, I can't believe I'm saying almost too strong. It's crazy. But again, it's just, so, I mean, is it a hit? Absolutely. So I don't have how long it threw, but I know I've had Scoops and Scents from Candles by Victoria before, and most of her wax, like, I'm going to be able to turn this back on and go right back to super strong again. you know, hopefully it'll calm down a little bit. Maybe it'll just be strong this time. But yeah, so that's what I've been melting, guys. My do's and my duds. I hope you like it, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah!